Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cass Chats. I am Cass Bowers. Thank you so much for joining me. And look, I have on a shirt other than black. I'm about to go over my friend's house to watch the new Sex and the City series. It's called And Just Like That. The first one, spoiler alert, was pretty jarring because Big was killed off. Well, he died. Again, that was a spoiler alert. So hopefully you watched it. Maybe I should have paused before I said that. But anyway, if you're watching my video, you probably don't. I don't know. Anyway, to move on, I did not clean out my closet like I said I was today. I had a super chill day. I spent time with the babies. And I didn't really do much of anything. I love my bedroom, so I spent some time just laying in my bed, watching TV, and not really doing much of anything. I did a lot of online shopping and didn't buy anything. I did buy something. I bought two more presents for my grandsons, and I can't tell you what they are because one of my grandsons used to watch this, and I don't know if he still does, so I can't tell you. But other than that, I really didn't buy anything. I just kind of perused online and just chilled out. A lot of social media, but for fun. Anyway, this is why I came on here. Yesterday, I did the last training in a series of DEI trainings, diversity, equity, and inclusion trainings. And I had created this whole series, and it's been since the summer. They've been going on continuously, and I don't know how many sessions, probably eight or nine sessions or more. It was quite a few sessions that I did trainings for. Last night was the very last one. And in that training, as I've said in most of the trainings, I say that Black people, no matter what their status or what they've accomplished in life, what they look like, what they wear, they always face stereotypes. And there's a scenario. So I read off a scenario, and then I have the participants tell me what they would do or how they would handle it. One of the scenarios is that a man enters the college or enters a company, and he's asked to show his ID. And no one else is asked to show their ID. And he's the only person of color that comes through this lobby in this organization, and he's the only one that's asked to show his ID. And he's dressed casually. It's a weekend, so he has on casual clothes. But anyway, he's the only one asked. And so I say, well, what would you do? How would you handle this? And the answer is everyone should be asked for an ID. Even if you know them, even if, if that's your policy, then it needs to be everyone. And so I always say, well, example is, hey, Cass, let me see your ID. Nice to see you today. Or, hey, John, let me see your ID. Or, oh, I don't know your name, but let me see your ID. Oh, hi, David. Now I'll remember your name. Easy. Even though you know the person, you can just speak to them and say, oh, I need to see your ID. Simple. That way it's fair, and everyone feels like they belong there. No one's treated like they don't belong. No one's felt discriminated against, and there's no stereotypes that you may run up against. So I do this whole long conversation about that. It's received well. We talk in the chat. People unmute. Great session. Ended really well. I was happy with it. Then I'm like, oh, I need to run to the store, Walmart of all places. And so I throw on a hoodie, throw on a hoodie. It was really, really windy that day, yesterday. So I throw on a hoodie, but it's nice. So it's 64 degrees. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go run to the store right quick, pick up what I need to pick up. Actually, it was the TV mount for my TV, and then come right back. So I go in, get all my little things. And so I'm like, oh, they have my favorite ice cream bars at Walmart. The Mexican ice cream bars are delicious. I'm like, oh, I'm here. I can get them. I'm not going anywhere else. They won't melt. I'm just going to get these. And then so I'm going through the aisle, and I notice this young man. And I notice him because I go through the aisle and I notice him, and it's like I'm on high alert because of where I am. I'm out by myself. I always am on high alert when I'm out by myself, no matter what, no matter where I am. And I'm at a Walmart that's far out from my house, like it's in a suburb, and that's the only one I go to, and that's the one I'm at. Anyway, I'm in the aisle, and I notice this man is looking at me, a young man, and I'm like, he's not looking at me. Is he a creep? Because I'm an old lady. Why is this man looking at me? Like, okay, I kind of like dismiss it. I'm just gonna keep going, but I'm still on alert. And then I keep going. I go to another aisle. Here he is again. I'm like, what is going on? This young white dude is like in an aisle again, and he's looking at me again. Still, I don't take too much mind of it. I just keep shopping. And then I go to the aisle with the ice cream in it. I'm looking, I'm like, where are these ice cream bars? I'm like talking to myself like, they don't have ice cream bars anymore. Like my normal talking to myself, going through the aisle like I always do. And then I stop abruptly because I see, I'm like, oh, there they are. And I stop abruptly and I turn, I see out of the peripheral that there's that same guy. I'm like, this guy is a creep. He is creeping me out. Why is he in this aisle? And he stops immediately too. And I look and I kind of give him a, like, you know, the black people look. And I'm like, what's going on here? Anyway, I'm like, and I get my ice cream, put it in my car. And because I think he's a creep, I turn and do a U-turn and go straight and face him and come back the way that he's walking this way. He stops and he kind of opens the freezer doors on the other side. And when he does that, I notice that he has like the walkie-talkie security thing in his back pocket and all this other security stuff. I'm like, what? I was followed by security and I didn't even realize it until that moment. I'm like, I'm thinking it's a creep because I feel like I'm not at the age where like young men would be like trying to like talk to me. And so I'm like, this dude must be a creep. He was, because he was security. He was following me because I guess he thought I was going to steal something. Maybe because I had on a hoodie. My hoodie says it takes a village, and it had like a kente cloth, not African, it was like shaped as Wisconsin, and it says it takes a village, and it has like a kente cloth like material or pattern. And I did have my phone and my keys inside the the hoodie pockets. And I kept taking my phone out to look at it because without my watch on, I haven't been wearing my watch because it broke my skin out. So without my watch on, I keep bringing it out in case someone's trying to contact me, which no one was, but you know. And so I'm like, well, maybe that triggered it. And I was talking to my mom about it. She was like, you know what triggered it. You know what triggered it. You had on a hoodie walking through Walmart as a black person. Oh, we need to follow this woman. Whatever. It doesn't matter what triggered it. I could not believe I had just left this training where I said black people are stereotyped all the time, that I've experienced it myself, and then I experienced it again. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. And I just laughed. As I turned, I saw that. I just started laughing, and I just left, and I didn't see him anymore in the store. So I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if he like went up to the cameras to watch me. I don't know, but he was caught because I looked and I just laughed, and then I think he knew because I abruptly turned because, like I said, I thought he was a creep. Anyway, I wanted to share that story that it is true. No matter who you are, when you have brown skin, you will get stereotyped. And you can say, if you're one of those people, you can say, oh, because you had a hoodie on, you look like a suspect. It's not true. I could probably have on a nice dress and high heels, and I probably would still be targeted for at least a minute. I don't know. Who knows? But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it happens, that it still happens, that people they just follow me around the store. And while they're following me, people who actually do steal were probably stealing. That's the most absurd thing about it. And it has a lot to do with my color more than anything, because I don't know. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. I just thought that was a hilarious story that I just had that training and gave myself as an example that these things have happened to me, and then it happened to me. So that's it. That's my little story time for you tonight. And did I say this is Vlogmas day 15? So we only have 10 more days till Christmas. I cannot believe it. Or is today the 16th? Today might be the 16th. And we have 9 days until Christmas, which is even closer than I thought. I'm all done with Christmas shopping because the folks that I didn't get a Christmas present for will be getting a monetary gift. And my grandsons, I just, like I said, I just bought them something else. I had already bought their gift. So, excuse me. I don't know if you're like this, but whenever I buy Christmas gifts early, then I buy more. So I kind of like have to pace myself because now I'm just like buying and I don't have to. Anyway, it's almost Christmas. It's next week. Christmas is next week. It's next Saturday. Yeah. So it's almost here. I cannot believe how fast this year went. But I need this year to go fast. And shh, don't say anything about 2022. We're not jinxing this. We are going to just let it come on in. We're going to just ride on into 2022. We're not going to say if it's good or not. We're not going to do that, okay? All right. But you can still like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.